Education is not one size fits all. Good day everyone, especially to our instructor, Ma'am Ana. I am Emery Cabrisante Abrasado from BSED Social Studies 2 from Negros Oriental State University, Shatan Campus. So today, we will explore how the Philippine educational systems responds to the learner diversity and alternative education programs, specialists, special education program or the SPED, and the alternative learning system or the ALS. These programs prove that learning is possible with everyone. The objectives at the end of the lesson, students are expected to achieve the following. Students will be able to define SPED and ALS and explain their rules in Philippine educational system. For skill, students will be able to distinguish SPED and ALS based on their importance and target learners. And the attitude, students will be able to show sensitivity, empathy toward learners from different backgrounds and their learning conditions. Alternative education programs in the Philippines. So, these programs are designed for learners who may not fully benefit from the regular class systems due to disabilities, social conditions, and life circumstances. So let's first define what is special education program or the SPED. Special education program or the SPED are specialized instructional programs designed to meet the different needs of the learners with disabilities. So this program use teaching strategy that are different from regular classroom to help learners reach their full potential, academic and social potential. These programs use teaching strategy that are different from regular classroom to help learners reach their full academic and social potential. So with a visual impairment may use Braille materials, audio lesson, and enlarged print instead of standard textbook. This helps the learner understand the lesson better. Target learner of SPED. So, target learner of SPED involves the learning with disabilities. SPED serves learner with hearing impairments, visual impairments, orthopedic handicaps, and physical disabilities. A learner who is hard of hearing may be taught using sign language and visual representation rather than purely oral discussion. Another is the intellectual and development disabilities. This includes learners with intellectual disabilities like autism spectrum disorder, and global developmental delays. So for example, a child with autism may be given a structured daily routine and visual schedules to read. For example, a child with autism may be given a structured daily routine and visual schedules to reduce anxiety and improve their focus. Next is the learning and communication disabilities. This includes learning with specific learning disabilities and speech or the language impairments. So, for example, a learner with dyslexia may be given extra time reading activities and simplified the instruction. So, the other learner of SPED are the gifted and talented learners. So SPED recognize learners with exceptional abilities and talents. A gifted learner who finishes tasks early may be given advanced project or enrichment activities to further develop their skills. Learner with behavioral concerns These are learners who show behavioral, emotional, and psychological concerns. For example, a learner with attention difficulties may be seated near the teacher and given short, clear instruction to stay focused. So now let's move on to the key points of age policy. First is the child fine system. Under the child fine system, schools are required to identify and enroll learners with disabilities age 5 to 24. Age should not prevent access to education. For example, a 16 years old learner who was not previously diagnosed with a learning disability can still accept in a SPED program. Early intervention 0 to 4 years old. The government also provides early intervention services for infants and young children to prepare them for formal schooling. So for example, for that is at 3 years old with speech delay may receive early speech therapy, helping them communicate better by kindergarten. So another one is the exit age and transition to ALS. While 24 years old is considered the exit age. Learners who have not made While 24 is considered the exit age, learners who have not met their goal may transition to ALS Adult Literacy Program. For example, a SPED learner who still needs life skills training may continue learning through ALS. So let's delve on the importance of this SPED program. So first, it upholds human rights by ensuring equal access to education. Second, it promotes economic self-reliance by developing learners' skill. The third one is it supports social integration and literacy. And lastly, it helps close the gap for underserved learners. So for example is a learner with physical disability who completes SPED may later find employment and live independently. Another alternative program in the Philippines is the Alternative Learning System, or known as ALS. ALS is a parallel learning system that provides education to those who cannot attend school regularly or who have dropped out. So, for example, is a working youth who cannot attend daily classes may study through weekends through ALS sessions. Out of school children and special cases. So this includes learners with disabilities, indigenous people, children in conflict with law, and those in emergency situations. So for example is a child from a conflict affected area may continue education through community-based ALS classes through the ALS. Out of school youth, or the OSY, these are individuals aged 15 to 24 who didn't finish basic education. So for example, a 19 years old who stopped schooling to work can return through ALS and complete secondary education. Another is the adults, and other marginalized sector. So ALS also serves adult, teenager mother, reveal returners, and economically disadvantaged individuals. So now let's proceed to the importance of the ALS program. First is guaranteeing educational rights. ALS fulfills the constitutional mandate to provide education for all, equivalent and pathways. So ALS offers accreditation and equivalency, allowing learners to pursue college, TESDA, or the employment. Functional literacy. Next is the functional literacy and economic empowerment. So ALS teaches life skills, reading, numeracy, and critical thinking. So SPED, delivery modalities. So it uses face-to-face instruction, modular learning, online learning, blended learning, and the home-based instruction. So for example, a learner with severe disability may receive For example, a learner with severe disabilities may receive lessons through home-based instruction. So next is the ALS delivery modalities. So ALS uses flexible and non-formal approaches, including mobile teacher, community-based or ALS uses flexibility and non-formal approaches. So it includes the mobile teachers, community-based learning, radio or TV-based instruction, and modular learning. So, for example, learners in remote areas may attend ALS through radio-based lessons. Inclusion, SPED and ALS ensures that education is inclusive, flexible, and accessible.